The state agency in charge of maintaining the power grid in Texas is asking everyone to conserve energy tomorrow to avoid more rolling blackouts. Meanwhile, we got some questions answered today about why power plants across Texas did not work last week, particularly those run by natural gas. KXAN's Reagan Hackelman is live outside the Electric Reliability Council of Texas headquarters, or ERCOT, to explain. Reagan?
Well, Robert, in the building right behind me is basically the state's control center for the state's power grid. Now, we know that roughly 80 power plants went offline last week because of the extreme cold temperatures. Now, because those plants did not work, some of the natural gas distribution plants did not get electricity either, therefore causing distribution problems for natural gas across the state. And that, in turn, caused some natural gas power plants not to work when they were desperately needed. Now, in the natural gas world, there are basically two types of contracts: firm contracts and interruptible contracts. Firm contracts are more expensive to buy, but they almost always guarantee gas will not get shut off. Interruptible contracts are cheaper, but the gas companies are allowed to shut the gas off, and in fact, they often do. And that did happen last week to those power plants. Now, today, during a meeting of the Texas Railroad Commission, we learned that some of those power plants across the state did have those cheaper interruptible contracts.
Those are independent power producers. They're not regulated by the state at this point, and they have the ability to choose their fuel sources and their contracts to generate power.
Now, usually natural gas power plants are the ones that the state looks at when energy demand is very high. And the reason for that is because they can simply flip them on, get them up and going fairly quickly, and they can start producing energy fairly quickly. Once again, but KXAN has requested a list of those power plants that have interruptible contracts so we can see which power plants those are. Reporting live from Southeast Austin, Reagan Hackelman, KXAN Austin News.